I'm so excited about this episode of Real Estate Revealed. We will hear about all the exciting things already happening in Hendersonville, as well as some to come in the future. Today we're going to spend some time with Miss Kathleen Hawkins, the president of the Hendersonville Chamber of Commerce. Kathleen plays a pertinent part in connecting businesses and people in Hendersonville and also throughout Sumner County. You will not want to miss a second of this episode, so buckle in and let's go see our friend, Miss Kathleen Hawkins.
My name is James Peebahouse, and I'm a realtor in the greater Nashville area. In the world of real estate, it takes a variety of professionals working together to help you close your deals. In this series, I want to reveal all the experts involved in making your real estate dreams a reality. Welcome to Real Estate Revealed.
Hey, Kathleen, how are you?
Good.
It's so good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you for stopping by.
Absolutely. I'm excited today. If you don't care, I would love to just talk about Hendersonville.
My favorite topic. I'm excited.
I love Hendersonville. Me and my wife moved here in 2017 and have loved it ever since. And it's grown even since we've been here. So lots of things happening, lots of good reasons for people to move here, to just come by as a tourist and check it out. So I'm excited to talk to you about it.
I'm excited to talk to you about it. And I hear we're going on quite an adventure.
Yeah, we're going to head over to the streets of Indian Lake, which is like the hot spot of Hendersonville. We're just going to walk around and we'll chat a little bit about what's happening.
Okay, well, I look forward to talking to you more.
All right, let's get out of here.
So how is the family?
So my family is good. They are getting close to the end of school.
Yes, exactly.
So that's exciting.
I have a junior, soon to be a senior, so she's having a little bit of anxiety.
Yeah,
Going into the last year, yeah. All of these decisions, adulthood is underway, but
Yep.
she's an artist at heart, so but she draws.
She's amazing. And are you native here?
Oh, no.
No.
I moved here in 2016 from Central Florida, so I'm from Orlando.
Nice.
I'm actually a Buckeye. I was born in Ohio, but I spent most of my life in Florida and moved here for this position in 2016.
Really?
So yes, my
That's
husband
amazing.
is from Knoxville.
Okay.
So it was a nice compromise when I came here. We could be close enough to his family, but not close enough that they can show up at my doorstep anytime they wanted to. I loved Nashville. I spoke at a convention in Nashville years ago, actually in 2010, and told my husband I would move there in a heartbeat. And when this position came available, I loved everything about this city. And in Central Florida, where I grew up, the city that I lived in was very much like this city was. And I saw what that city became in Florida, and I wanted to be part of what I knew this city could become. And just to kind of give you an idea, we have grown from here in Hendersonville. 15 years ago, there were 2 restaurants in this community.
Really?
And now there's well over 100. And if you think about that change and the amount of growth, 4,000 people moving into this community in the last year and a half, that's a huge amount of growth. And I love being part of it because I love making sure that it's organized, planned, logical growth, for the city.
Yeah, so it's not chaotic growth.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. But I can tell you that I think every city has those challenges. Every city understands that when you have people that have been in a community for a long time, the community that I grew up in, you had to drive 45 minutes for a mall. There was a lot of cow pastures. We cow tipped for entertainment, on the weekend. That was, I don't think I ever really did it, but that was what we said we did on the weekend. But people do, like when you're coming from a community, when you were born in that type of community, change is hard. That people think this is traffic. In reality, I know, being from Central Florida now, this is not traffic. I've seen much worse. Go to Atlanta, you'll see worse.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You have to understand that in a community with 60,000 plus people, you have to educate them and you have to hear their opinion and hear their voice. And that's when you can make change for a community that a community wants together.
I agree with that. Well, we are here at the streets. There's the cinema. We're going to drive right around here and find us a place to park, and then we can get out and walk around just a little bit. So tell me a little bit of why you like Chambers.
Why I like the chamber? Well, I'm an entrepreneur at heart.
Yeah.
My passion in life is helping businesses grow and prosper. And we do that in a lot of different ways. We do that by educating, we do that by advocating, we do that by promoting and supporting, and a lot of ways we do that by creating events where they can network. And I think we're here at one of them right now. So this is our Leads event, which happens every Wednesday. So do you want to go in and say hello?
Yeah, I would love to.
They're probably going to kill me for doing this, but let's take a peek at it. Okay.
20 years old studying pre-med, and hi, Kathleen.
Can I interrupt you for just a second?
This looks really important, doesn't it?
It does look really important because you're really important. So Eric, tell me what business you're with.
I'm with Red Turkey Technology.
Okay, and you're doing a presentation. And what group is this, everybody? Leads. Okay, this is Leads that meets every what day? Wednesday. Okay, every Wednesday. So if there's somebody that's watching this right now and they want to grow and prosper their business and they want to meet new amazing people, they should come to Leads here at the Streets of Indian Lakes, which is located at 300 Indian Lake Boulevard, Suite E180 here at the Chamber, and visit all of these amazing people. So everybody look at that camera right here and wave, okay, and say hi. Okay, now say, come join us. Thank you all for letting me stop by. Thank you very much, Eric, for letting me jump in. I appreciate it. Y'all, I'm glad to see you here. Thank you. Take care.
So that was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. I love the energy that comes off of the groups that come together.
They're amazing.
Yes,
And
they are.
here's one of the, we were talking about new businesses.
Yes,
This
yes.
is one of the new businesses.
This
the
is,
soap
and
factory.
let me point out, they have one of our signs both in the window and on the door. So Hendersonville is hiring is one of the things that the chamber does. And so apparently the soap factory, who is one of our members, is part of our hiring initiative, our workforce development initiative that's happening here. So it's one of the many ways that we as the chamber support our businesses and support places that are
Absolutely.
awesome, like the soap factory.
Yeah, I can't keep my wife out of there. So
Great store, great store.
I know we talked about the one. Is there any other new restaurants coming in that we're not aware of? Or
We have a new Japanese restaurant that is opening up across the way, like behind Bojangles and McDonald's, which is new in our community. I actually have a guy that is looking at a new, he's in Murfreesboro right now, but he's looking at a new hot chicken place on West Main. So it's another hot chicken place, but he's got a very unique, different twist to it. So we have a huge list of opportunities that are coming to our community. So long that I can't name them all.
No,
during this
of course
podcast,
not.
But I do encourage people to make sure you're getting our chamber newsletter, because we do post all of the new businesses that are coming to town. Like, I think I just saw you at the Just Love Coffee ribbon cutting
Yep,
the other day.
I was there.
Because that's a new wonderful gem in our community too.
Exactly. There is, here in the center of the streets, is a fountain and a nice area to just sit. I know that I come out here frequently with my family, and we like to just hang out here. So if you care, we'll just go over there and take a seat.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be
Perfect.
great. You know, we are the third safest city in Tennessee, which is great pride. I just met with a business this morning, and one of the reasons they were looking at moving to our community is because they wanted to get out of their current location downtown into a safer space for their customers and for their employees. And they're looking at Hendersonville for exactly that. And that's a $30 million investment in our community.
Wow.
150 employees.
Wow.
So people take note of our city because it's a great place. And like the streets here, what I love the most about it is my kids can come and we can do a jazz fest and we can hang out right here, my husband and I, and my kids can go to Barnes and Nobles. You know, they're teenagers, but I can trust that they can go to Barnes and Nobles and they can walk around there. They can go to the ice cream shop and enjoy it. And it's just a great atmosphere to just come and hang out and be in your community.
Yeah, talking about our community being safe, my family, like I said, is from West Tennessee, and my dad came up to visit, and he said, I seen something today I've never seen before. I said, what was that? He was like, well, I saw a cop had pulled a car over, and he said, as I was driving by, I realized the cop was actually changing their tire. And I was like, yeah, I see that all the time around here. And he was like, no way. And I said, oh yeah. Well, then the next day, literally the next day, he came back and he said, I saw it again. They were changing someone's tire. And it just the love in the community, the way that everybody supports them, each other here, it's really it's a really amazing place to be.
I'll tell you what, and this is something personal, but some people know that I had a liver transplant about a year ago, a little over a year ago now, and I spent my whole life in the Central Florida area and have only been here for 8 years. The love that I felt in this city, my husband and I knew we would never leave because I felt like I had lived in this community and felt more love here than I did spending my whole life there. Because it truly is a place where people come together and they embrace you at your times of need. They support you, they lift you up, and these are strangers. These are people that just know, hey, this person needs help. It's like that poor individual, I don't know if you saw it, that passed away the other day in that car accident on Main Street. The whole community came in and embraced that person. This was all via social media because they got the report, they got the alarm, and because they knew a family was in pain. So our whole community felt that pain for them. Yeah.
It is such a beautiful day. Why don't we take a seat out here at the outdoor seating and talk a little bit?
Okay, that sounds like a great plan. Let's go talk to our friends at Smashing Crab and see if we can have a seat on the porch.
Cheers.
Here you go.
We're at Smashing Crabs, which is just one of the many restaurants in the area, and a great place to end up on this beautiful day.
It's gorgeous, yes, absolutely. Love this place. Next time, though, I want a beer or a glass of wine.
Sorry, I can only afford water. No, what makes Hendersonville such a great place to move to? Say people are out of this area and they want to move, but they don't know where they want to go. Tell me why this is a great place to move to.
Well, we're known as the city by the lake because of Old Hickory Lake, and that's fantastic. But for the first 2 years that I lived here, I never even really saw the lake. Like, I thought it was Drake's Creek, Park, like what you drove past. What people love about this is our schools. Our schools are fantastic. We've got fantastic principals. We've got just a great school system in general. If we weren't the city by the lake, I think we'd be the city by the parks because we've got amazing parks facilities, and we have pickleball is like this new thing that is they're investing a lot of time, energy, and effort into. We've got this inline hockey rink that is amazing. So there's every sport imaginable you can have your children embrace, and then being a stone's throw away from Nashville. I mean, we're literally 13 miles away from Nashville, so we're a bedroom community in itself. But I do everything here. I really only go downtown. I only go to Nashville if I'm taking family, or if I'm going to the airport.
Right.
That's really it, because you can do everything in this amazing city. There's shopping, there's dining, there's everything you need here, which is great. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love it here. So how do I ask you about inline hockey?
What I can tell you about inline hockey is we have 2 rinks that are covered rinks. It was a huge investment for our city, and we're one of the only cities in and around Middle Tennessee that has this capability, which has led us to have a lot of tournaments. So when I talk about having a lot of park facilities, we do an amazing amount of fishing tournaments, baseball tournaments, softball tournaments, soccer tournaments, rugby tournaments. Like we're one of the only cities that has a rugby field.
Wow.
And we don't have one, we have multiple rugby fields, and it's continuing to grow and expand. So that really helps our city, which helps tourism. Just to kind of give you an idea, 4th of July weekend, the Chamber's doing a great event on July 3rd, so we'll have lots of people here for that. But we have 270 teams coming in for a tournament that weekend. Every hotel in Sumner County is sold and beyond because they're expanding. If you think about 270 teams with 11 players on each team, plus mom and dad and maybe grandma or sister or brother, you're talking about thousands of people that will be here just for one tournament for an entire week. And that happens all the time.
Right. So if someone's looking for a place to just hang out for a little while and then go back home, Hendersonville is also the place for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
We did a special in, I don't know if you get my magazine, but there's a special in there about one of the parks and out by the lake and all the sports that you can do on the lake with skiing and stuff like that. So that alone is an amazing reason. And from what I understand with Hendersonville, and if you go back and watch our earlier episodes, you can see we talked about Hendersonville being just a one red light town, and then they flooded the lake and they flooded the river, I should say, and made the lake, and that's what started bringing people this way. And now I don't know how long that's been, but the amount of growth, I think you said we were at 60,000.
We're at 63,000 right now. We were at 52,000 6 years ago, so it's grown that much in just a short period of time. But we're looking at, it's been a tremendous amount of growth in the past 10, 15 years. I mean, we've really changed as a city. Our landscape has changed. You know, there's a reason Costco's coming to town.
Right. That moves us straight into my next conversation, which is all the things that are coming to Hendersonville. I know you and I have already discussed Martin's Barbecue because I love barbecue. I know they're coming to Hendersonville. You just said Costco's coming. I think there's some companies that are going to be moving this way. Tell us a little bit about the people that are coming here.
There are so many small companies, it's going to be hard to mention, smaller companies, but let's talk a little bit about the bigger companies, because a lot of people say there's an explosion with the housing industry. And, you know, is this always going to be here? Or is this a COVID thing, a pandemic thing, or, you know, what's going on? First, I think it's important to say that Meta did choose our sister city, Gallatin, to come to the community. And that is 1,000 jobs, you know, there. Oracle, which is another sister community, Oracle is coming, and that's 5,000 jobs. Yeah. Then you have a bunch of other companies that are coming that are surrounding to equal another 10,000 jobs. Okay, so all of those, add Amazon to the mix, and that's 6,000. Like all of those jobs, you've got a lot of people that are going to be looking for suburbs all around those communities and places to live. And because Hendersonville is one of the safest cities to live, they're ranked as the 16th city by Money Magazine to live. They're ranked as one of the hippest places to live for young professionals. Like all of those different things to take into consideration. This will continue to be a place that people will seek after, you know, a sought after community, which is exciting. So here in our city alone, I can tell you Music City Studios is probably one of the biggest game changers that have happened to our city in the 50 years since we've been an official city.
Okay, so tell me about Music City Studios. What is that?
It is exciting, it is fun. So Music City Studios is kind of like a mall for the entertainment industry. Okay, so it is a very big building, 120,000 square feet building on lots and lots of acres, and it's going to be a mall for music, for movies, and for metaverse. So Monolith is one of the biggest tenants that has committed to coming in so far, and Monolith, to give you an idea, is video gaming and metaverse, which is a lot of animation. So this will be a game changer, especially for West Main side of town, because it's going to attract a lot of music. First of all, tourism, because eventually they're going to open it up, kind of like Hollywood studios. I like to tell people this will become what Oprah Winfrey did for Chicago, because it's on the outskirts of Chicago, what that studio did for that whole area, but more, because it will do everything. People that do research on how you can do a movie in Hollywood, the smaller movies are booked out in Hollywood like 3 to 4 years in advance. You can't even consider getting a stager or renting one of those studios. So if we can get even a portion of that business here in this community, this will explode Hendersonville and change all of West Main. So when we talk about a revitalization plan, it's gonna change that whole community.
Wow.
It's very, very, very exciting.
That is exciting. So you're telling me that if I'm watching Netflix, there's a chance that in the future those movies could be made in Hendersonville?
Oh, absolutely, without a doubt.
That's amazing.
That absolutely. So this will be a changer for our schools, for the colleges. All of our local public schools are going to have to embrace this. This will be a community initiative. It may not do what was called Blue Oval City, which is the new Ford project for Memphis, the Memphis area, Jackson area, but it will be, in my opinion, much cooler for us here because it's just a different industry, you know, for us. So I can't wait.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got Music City Studios, and then what is this I'm hearing about on the line of Gallatin and Hendersonville indoor hockey rinks?
So this is not inline hockey. This is a true hockey facility, and this is a Predators stamped hockey facility. So this is a partnership with Sumner County, with Gallatin and Hendersonville, and they actually came together to do a TIF plan, which is tax increment financing. So a TIF plan to come together to give them the incentive to make this happen. So all of us are working together because we understand what this will do for our community and what this will do for tourism, and most of all, what this will do for sports in our community. There are people that play hockey that are having to go to Nashville and to rent ice or reserve ice at 11 o'clock at night. And they're 16-year-old kids. Like, what is that for the sport, you know? So the Predators understand that problem too. So they're going to manage the facility, and they're going to kind of oversee the facility and help us make it successful. But what I'm, as a chamber president, what I'm most excited about is all of the commercial opportunity that's going to go around it.
That's really neat.
It's very neat.
Yeah. So what do you think will go around that as far as commercial? More restaurants, or are we looking at maybe education spots or arcades? I don't know. What do you think?
Well, I can tell you right now, there's already down the street, there's already an arcade that's been announced. So that will definitely happen. It's an arcade slash restaurant. So there will definitely be things to appeal to. You're going to have tournaments that are going to come to town. You're also going to be able to rent it out, and they're going to be able to cover up the ice, and they're going to be able to use it for other things. But what it's mainly going to be used for is hockey. So when you've got lots of players coming to town, you'll have hotels, you'll have restaurants, you'll have anybody. Anything that you see kind of around here that caters to our local parks around here will start to branch and build and grow out in that area. Yeah, so I think you'll see big changes to Big Station Camp. I think you'll see big changes to anything around Cage's Bend, you know, that whole area near Kroger Marketplace, you know, that area.
So we've talked about all the new things and all the growth and all that stuff. Let's back up just a second. Can you tell me about maybe some of the historic stuff that we have here? I know we have the Rock Castle. Tell me a little bit about that, the things that we can do from our history.
From your history, yeah, there's lots of stuff. I encourage anybody that's here to stop by the Sumner County Tourism Department and to get one of those maps and to take some time and have your kids take some time to go visit some of those places. We are very blessed. You mentioned Rock Castle. That's one of my most favorite places, especially during the Summer Songwriter Series. I heard that they're bringing back the symphony, so that's coming. Maybe not in 2022. I believe they said 2023 or 2024. And then one of my biggest I'm a huge fan of Monthaven Arts and Cultural Center. The story of Monthaven is amazing, and nobody can tell it better than Cheryl from Monthaven, so I encourage you to stop by. But Monthaven is a local art exhibit. It's an historic home that's been converted to an art exhibit, and Cheryl is the executive director there. But they've had everything from Princess Diana gowns to Picasso exhibits and they've got all sorts of amazing things in the future on the horizon for what they're doing there. But we are truly a town that embraces music, that embraces arts and culture, that comes together. I mean, that does, you know, all sorts of things. So, and you never have to leave. It's like literally a 10-mile radius. I call it my big square, you know, to get from one place to another.
That's it.
Yeah.
Kathleen, thank you so much for taking the time to just do this video, to educate all of us. I hope that you've had fun.
Oh, I have.
Hope you enjoyed your water. And
I can't drink beer or wine anyways, just for the record, so my water is fabulous.
Wonderful. No, I am super grateful for you doing this, and I hope to see, as the growth happens, maybe we can do this again and talk about even more things that are going to be going on in Hendersonville.
That's fantastic. Well, it's a pleasure working with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.